Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to create the particle system for the first special move and also the explosion when it hits the opponent. And to begin, as you can see, I've opened up a new scene. Don't worry, I'm just going to discard this scene once we're done. And we'll begin by creating new and FX. And then we'll choose the particle system. So this isn't going to be an absolute perfect way of creating this particle. What this is going to do is just give you a starting place. Obviously I do advise you to experiment with the values, find something that suits. I will be doing that probably at a later date when I have some free time, but this is just to give you a starting point. So we're going to create the energy ball. So let's have a look. We have duration. I'll just set that at 10 for now. So let's have a look. Start delay, we don't need that. Start lifetime. And start speed, I'm just going to change to 0.1 for both. Start size, let's set to 1.5. And we'll just keep going. So let's have a look at the start colour. We'll just click on the actual bar here. Use our colour picker on the outside edge to select blue. And then use the inner one. Find the right shade you want, and let's have a look. I'll just downsize the max particles. We could probably actually downsize that more, but I'll just do that for now. And then I'm going to open up the emission and the shape. So emission 10. I'm going to set this to a very high value, so we'll use 250 and we'll set the shape to sphere. Rate over distance, we'll just change that to 1. And then we'll come to the renderer. Let's have a look. So I don't think we need to change anything here, but we will assign a texture. So I'm just going to search for smoke tester. Let's have a look. We'll probably use that one. So I'm just going to use the light smoke. So if this is available, obviously these are from Unity themselves, the packages, so they're easy to find on the asset store. So again, there should be no issues there. So this is how it's going to look. So obviously that's quite huge. And I'm just going to come to the resources. Let's have a look. 0.25. And this is just going to be easier just to set in scale here. So we'll just reset the position. Let's have a look. So that's going to be the energy ball. Obviously it will look better on a dark background, but that will do us for now. So let's drag, in fact, Let's rename it here first. We might as well. So energy ball. So I'm using energy_ball as the naming convention. Let's drag and drop that on there. And we're going to come to the play one movement. Obviously load SP1. I don't think we actually used it anywhere else. And I'm just going to change that to energy ball. Let's change the comment as well, and we'll just save that off. And now we'll come back to the energy ball. So we have one version of it saved in the resources. And now we're going to come to the explosion. So let's have a look here. Duration's going to be very short, so 0.0. If I can get 0.05. There we go. We don't want it looping this time. Let's have a look. Start lifetime. I'll increase to speed. Let's use 20. So, and let's just go through. Start size, we'll increase that. Let's use a value of 4. And I think we can actually leave the rest. We'll change that emitter velocity. Let's actually come back to the first energy ball. So we'll click on it in the resources and let's have a look. We'll just change that to transform in there as well. Now we'll come back to what's going to be the explosion. So click on one in the hierarchy. So in case you're wondering, yes, I have made notes. I am using them just because it just makes things so much easier. Let's take velocity over lifetime. Let's try a value of 2. And let's look through gravity modifier. Let's dial that up to 5. So I'll just zoom out. Let's just slow that down a bit. So I'll change the simulation speed to 0.5. Okay. And again, let's come to the renderer. Don't think there's anything. Max particle size, let's up that to 1. And see how that looks. And then we'll try turning it down. Not a lot of difference. Let's leave that at a solid 1. I'm just going to hit looping again so I can see it. So let's have a look at that in the scene. So that's something along the lines that I want. So let's stay with that for the moment. So energy ball explosion, let's change that naming convention. We'll create an original prefab. Let's delete that out of the hierarchy. And we'll come to the S1 movement. Let's change this to energy underscore ball underscore explosion. Let's just change that into the comments. Let's save that off. We'll downsize Visual Studio and we'll hit play. And as usual, we'll just let it run through and then we'll test out what we have got at the moment. In regards to the special move, so again, I've just locked the I've still got the opponent locked at the moment just for testing. Let's try out the special move. So that is working, so let's call to S1 movement. We'll just copy the values what we need to. So energy ball, we need the physics, where are we, rigid body. So let's have a look at what values we ended up with. I think they were pretty much default apart from the gravity. Yes, we obviously need a sphere collider, so let's add that. It is trigger. And let's have a look. Obviously, speed and lifetime was 4 and 5, so let's come back. So that's now changed our energy ball. Let's have a look how that is working. So again, we'll just let it run through. And now we can test it all with the movement. Let's come back a little bit. So there we have the energy ball working. We're going across the screen, we're colliding with the opponent, we're playing the explosion goes on for too long. Let's have a look. It should not be looping neither. So let's just select these, we'll delete these out of the scene. So it should not be looping. So let's stop that there. So we reset here. We got rid of the looping, should have remembered to turn that off before we started, so that's fine. Start lifetime, we've adjusted down to 1. I think we'll leave it here. Obviously we need code for sound effects and to actually apply damage, but we'll pick those up in the coming videos. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.